Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Mark. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
Live, I say live, from New York, we are the Coffee Club with your host Felix and your co-host Mark. We are here tonight. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. Dr. Mark is setting up his dentures so he can talk. So if he's talking like he's got his mouth full, you know why.
What can I say, Felix? We're all getting old.
Yes, we are. We're all getting old, and
But how about answering my question? What the hell is going on with the world? This whole weekend.
What's going on? A few people get killed in France, and everybody makes a big deal out of it.
Well, it's terrorism again because somebody decided to draw a picture of the prophet. I don't know. I think I'd be pretty happy if someone wanted to draw a picture of me.
You know, I haven't seen the pictures yet. I'm curious to see what they were like. I don't know. And then, they also went to a kosher deli or store, supermarket, whatever, and they held some hostages, killed 4 people there. I'm not sure actually how they got killed. If they were killed with a crossfire with the
No, they were killed by 2 other people. Okay, a man and a woman. The man had leanings toward ISIS, and the woman was his girlfriend.
Yeah, the woman, his girlfriend, wasn't there. She hasn't been there. She hasn't been in the country for about 3 weeks.
I thought they said that she was... Well, then originally they said she was there and she escaped to Syria.
Yeah, like in January 1st she escaped to Syria. Not recently.
Well, either way, they got her boyfriend. He was killed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, was it friendly gunfire? We don't know. Or him shooting the hostages.
No, he shot the hostages.
I don't know. I didn't hear it, so I'm assuming you're correct.
But then there was one of the workers in the store was a Muslim, and he hid 4 or 5 people in the freezer, in the basement. He turned off the freezer and he hid them in the basement. You know, he knew what was going on was wrong.
Well, anybody that's sensible knows what's going on is wrong. I would think. I'm saying sensible. I'm not saying... Well, one thing I will say, they're not stupid. They're just not rational. Did you hear? They hacked the army accounts and got all the addresses of soldiers and their wives and family.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. They hit it. I think they. Yeah. You didn't listen to the news today, I guess.
I caught part of it, but
that was the big thing. They stopped talking about France because of what happened. It puts every soldier in the United States, or how many records they got, in danger, because they got their names, addresses, their families' names, and kids, everybody's addresses. And they say it was hacked by an affiliate or...
No, I heard that. There's a new website that they were talking about. That's probably what you're referring to. Probably what you're referring to. But either way, I mean,
Well, the website probably posted the names that they hacked. I assume, because they hacked. Well, I'm telling you, they hacked the names.
not
They
saying no.
They hacked them off Twitter, and I think maybe Facebook. They didn't actually enter the U.S. Army records, but whatever it was, you know, they were very worried about it because we don't have those microphones anymore. Anyway, we also have a guest in our chat room, so say good evening to whoever you may be.
If you hold true to form, Mr. or Ms. Guest, you will sign out momentarily.
That's not a nice thing to say.
Well, but it's true.
No, it's not. Mark, why do you now? He's going to.
I am plugging the show.
Yeah, you're
know.
unplugging it.
No, you did a pretty good job of unplugging it. Every time we try to set it up. That's because you're the talented one.
Yeah.
I am, and I mean this with all sincerity, ladies and gentlemen. I am all thumbs when it comes to anything technical.
Anyway, whoever the guest is, thank you for listening. Anyway.
Yes, Felix apologizes.
Yeah.
No, it happens to be a very serious. Look, it is very serious. No getting around it. I mean, and I know I was talking to Felix earlier before we went online, not because we were practicing our lines. We just have no lines to practice. It's a matter of how upset I am with our administration that in this, in the face of public sentiment and a show of support and solidarity, where you had leaders from almost every nation of the free world.
40 nations. 40 leaders they had.
President Obama, Vice President Biden, Secretary of State Kerry. Nobody was there. Only Eric Holder was there, and he wasn't even marching because he was there for some sort of a summit.
He wasn't there. He didn't come for the...
No, I said he was there for some sort of summit.
He was in the country.
Yeah, he was in the country, but not there.
Yeah, so he wasn't there.
I said he wasn't there.
You just said, you said only Holder was there, you just said.
Wait a second. No, Holder was there, not Kerry.
Holder was not in the procession.
I know. I might have gotten my names mixed up. Holder was in France for a conference having nothing to do with the demonstration.
He should have had enough sense to go and
Well,
march.
he made it on every talk show in the morning, but that doesn't do, I mean, really. The president said, which is true, France was our biggest ally in the Revolutionary War. Okay.
We've had our differences
Lafayette,
in the past.
And we've had differences with France, exactly. Quite a few differences, but somebody in authority should have been there.
Yeah. I mean, the highest ranking person that was there was the ambassador to France. And
he's always there.
And she's in the bottom of the totem pole.
Well, no, I heard he was going to send Sasha
She.
and Malia.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll say that's two women, but yeah, it's not a joke. Just like when Thatcher died, he didn't send anybody either. He didn't go there.
That's what I told you. I know.
Oh yeah, but you didn't tell the audience. We just said it. Well, tell the
It's
audience.
true. There was nobody sent when Margaret Thatcher died.
But somebody dies in Ferguson. Zimmerman killed somebody. Everybody's out there talking. It's really.
Speaking of Zimmerman, you hear he got arrested again, a third time since Trayvon Martin,
yeah,
threatening his girlfriend with a loaded gun.
Yeah.
This time he's not getting any bail. They're finally learning their lesson.
No, they're just letting him go without even bail. Yeah. I don't know. Mark is enjoying here one of these delicious donuts. How are they? Imaginary donuts. And you know what I'm having right now? A Harold's. You don't have to worry. Nobody from your family listens to the show anyway.
You don't know that.
Well, you know that.
No, I don't know that.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, everybody takes life too seriously, but this is a serious matter. And we really should take it seriously.
People went to work. I mean, the damn magazine was a satirical magazine. What do you expect? If that was the case, then programs like The Daily Show or anything on Comedy Central having anything to do with a wisecrack about Muslims or the Prophet, I mean, these people would be shot.
Well, it doesn't.
Or blown up in their car.
The whole idea is that it's terrorism. They're trying to frighten the people. It's just frightening people. That's the bottom line. They want to disrupt people's lives, and they found out they could do it easier this way than by blowing up airplanes. It takes less. You don't need pilots. You don't need to worry about a lot of things. They say there's thousands of people that went to Syria
and Yemen
to train and come back to Europe. Some of them came back to the States.
They're radicalized, and you never know when they're going to strike.
And they said they're like sleepers. And then they come out when they have to. When the opportunity comes, when something that they want to do, they come out and and the whole plan is for them to do it and then go back as a sleeper.
The whole thing is that there's not a plan. They're told to wreak as much havoc as they can. And if they get caught, they get caught. They're dying for the cause. And if they don't, well, then just, you get a chance to do it again all over.
Just hide for a while.
Yeah.
Be off the radar like these two brothers were. And then
it's not uncommon, because during the Cold War, back in the 50s, Russia had sleeper cells in this country, and I would assume that we had sleeper cells in Russia. People who passed for Russians, Americans who passed for Russians, and Russia had Russians who passed for Americans. They grew up with the culture. And all of a sudden, when they got the word, they were activated.
They always had movies about these sleeper cells where they were actually didn't even know there were sleepers. They were all hypnotized. Remember those movies?
Well, there was the Manchurian Candidate, a big movie during the Cold War with Frank Sinatra. Okay, and when they would hear a certain expression, they would fall under a spell, and they only knew one thing: to complete their mission, whatever the mission was.
Yeah, they were trained.
In fact, there's a program on cable TV called The Americans, which has gotten international acclaim. And now there's going to be a new program on, I believe it's NBC, called The Allegiance. Okay, which is basically the premise is the same. A sleeper cell, okay, and the son is going to become an agent now. I believe it's supposed to start in a month or so.
I don't know. I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, but again, very interesting. Especially if you're a student of history.
But again, the whole idea is to terrorize, to scare people, to make them uncomfortable, make you not want to go out in the streets and walk.
Well, if you remember.